I am a criminal. I have nowhere to hide. I tried to protect my children. I took them and ran. I am a child abductor. Their mother. And I am now alone and forsaken.
We are all by now familiar with the images of the migrants fleeing across the Mediterranean to try and gain access into Europe. These are both economic migrants and refugees fleeing from war zones. But when these poor souls, or if these poor souls make safe landing and get admission into any country in Europe, they get food and accommodation, they get a certain amount of money, their children go to school and have access to the health services. But there's another category of refugee within Europe that gets no such help. Are these dangerous criminals? No, these are certain women fleeing from powerful men who, with the help of social services and the courts, the police and even Interpol, pursue them, so they have to go on the run and hunt them down to the point where they have nowhere left to turn.
My name is Ingrid. My daughter is Nayla, who's 12, and Dieter, who's 18 months old. I am fleeing from my ex in London, who is an abusive man. I am also fleeing because he is trying to secure a court order to take custody of my children. My eldest is not his child, and my son does not want to be with him. This is cruel punishment. You may ask how an abusive man can take children from his own mother. Because I argued with the social worker and she took his side. He also took our joint money from a bank account to pay psychiatrists to say that I have a mental illness. In reality, I don't. As he controlled everything. So I took my children and I ran.
The landlord was suspicious. He seemed caring and suggested a woman's refuge. But the woman's refuge takes only local homeless families because they have welfare payments from the state. They won't take me because I have no money. And I have been warned that upon seeing me, they will inform social services and the police.
My first indication that Ingrid was actually in the country came when she arrived to a B&B in Wexford and sent me an email. Had I known she was coming, and I would have actually tried to stop her and done some legal work beforehand, because by fleeing with the children she had actually made things worse, or made her job a little bit harder in trying to help her. Now, I couldn't have come at a worse time for me, because I was actually that very day or the next morning going up to Dublin for some routine but important pieces of skin being removed from my forehead by my surgeon. So under pressure, all I could do at that moment was to call our nearest Good Samaritan, whose name is Rachel, and tell Rachel that Ingrid and her children had moved into this B&B in Wexford. So I set off for Dublin, and that very evening Rachel phoned her and left her phone number in case she was in trouble. And sure enough, she was in trouble, because that very first night the local police called around to the B&B. Somebody had informed them that there was a suspicious mother and 2 children there. They were very nice to her, and said they were coming simply to do a welfare check on her and the children. But after they left, she panicked. She phoned Rachel. Rachel arrived at 2 in the morning, and they left hurriedly, leaving some equipment and some stuff belonging to Ingrid and the children behind. Now, over the next few days in Dublin, while I was under the surgeon's knife, I was getting calls from the police, who do call me when they have a missing person here, because I'm the most likely person who knows where they are. So I said I didn't actually know where she was, but I would do my best to find her, but there was nothing I could do till I got back to Wexford. In fact, as it turned out, the house that she had been placed in, or the family that she'd been placed in by Rachel, there were also children, and when that family realised, as they had to be told, that there was an Interpol alert out for her, they became alarmed, because they didn't want to be accused of harbouring a criminal on the run, in case their own children were targeted. So I was under some pressure to get, when I got back, as quickly as possible to produce her. So the police assured me that they would not arrest her if I produced her. So I promised I would try to find her and produce her the morning after I came back. Sure enough, I made arrangements, and on the morning after I came back, or the day after I came back, I, by agreement, met the police and herself at a local hotel, where she turned up in a taxi with her bags and the 2 children. The 2 police detectives were very nice, as usual, and very polite, and came into the hotel and talked to her for a while, told her they had no concerns, and as for now, there was as yet no, although there was an alert out for her through Interpol, as of now she was not yet breaking the law in Ireland. I promised I would make sure that they would know where she was, and I had no choice then but to take her and the 2 children back to what is known rather amusingly these days as the safe house, which is this converted stable behind me. It's no longer a safe house, as one can imagine, because there's been so much media and police attention about it.
This now is my situation. In Ireland, there are refugees for asylum seekers. This is where refugees are fleeing from the Middle East and Africa. They could go. They get free accommodation and food and a small amount of pocket money. The children can go to school and receive medical assistance. I cannot go here, because under European law there is no such person as a European citizen who is a refugee. I cannot get a medical card for any local clinic, so I would have to pay as a private patient if my child became sick. Without a PPS number, which I cannot get, I can get no benefits. I cannot return to Germany and obtain benefits because the embassy will not help to get a passport for my youngest son. And my ex has put a hold on that. If I am to go back into hiding, I have to find some kind of income to support myself and my children. I cannot do that under my own name.
Ingrid, now you don't have to be embarrassed with me, because I know that you and Rachel have been discussing work possibilities. So shoot, go ahead and tell me what's on your mind.
After Rachel took us from the B&B, during the nights I stayed with her, we discussed this. How can I earn money without revealing my identity? If the police know where I am, my children can be seized and I can be arrested. We came up with the idea of a telephone sex line. I don't mind talking about it, but I didn't want to do it. Then a friend of hers with experience, she has experience in these things, so she came in to see us. She said that there was too much competition in the phone business, and there's lots of money in doing it for real. I will have to if there's no other way.
At this stage, faced with these rather harsh options, Ingrid was so obviously depressed and demoralised that I made a kind of special effort. I phoned a contact in the Irish-German business community, a community I used to write about in my active journalism days, and I got an instant and very good response from a very kind lady there who took an immediate interest in her plight, and within days came up with the possibility of a job as a call centre, German-speaking call centre official in a well-known rising new Cork technology company. Now, her position legally was as follows, that under the Hague Convention and under a specific regulation called Brussels II, which is how the Hague Convention is interpreted within Europe, within the European community, if and when the husband, the ex, brought out an action to bring her back, which would be executed immediately by the police, there was one last possibility open to us, which was that we could go to the High Court and argue against her going back and ask the judge for permission that she and the children stay here. But the only way that that would work would be if we could claim what's known as habitual residency for her. And habitual residency meant that she had a job, and that therefore it was in the best interest of the children to stay here because she had a job. Without a job and without income, there was no way we could claim habitual residency. And this action in the High Court, which would do no point in even taking it, because the moment the Brussels II document would arrive, the police would take her, arrest her, and take the children and her back.
After 2 weeks, I passed all the tests, and we were about to move to Cork. A Cork Good Samaritan woman had agreed childcare for the 2 children at no cost till my first payday. She would meet us halfway at a place called Dungarvan and put the 3 of us up. Even arrange local school for Nella and babysitting for Dieter. I really needed this job urgently because the local Wexford social worker, she was calling around. And instead of helping me with what I most needed, which was temporary care for my children, while I transferred to the job and did a 2-week training course, she was demanding that I arrange a school for Nala, get a proper cot for Dieter, and even put a gate on the stairs in the safe house. This really increased the pressure on me. Then disaster really struck. The final act for the company before telling me I had the job was to check with the police. The police told them that I was a criminal on the run.
We have a very important but an urgent decision to make. I need your permission to negotiate your safe return.
No.
Now I can assure you, I have experience here. They do not arrest women who have fled with the children when they go back voluntarily. They just do not do that.
No,
I need to negotiate not just your safe return, I need to negotiate the renewal of your access to your children, and virtually we need to renegotiate your whole future.
No, don't make me. I won't go.
If
I won't go back, please.
we have two choices. You either go back voluntarily,
No.
or they take your children and you go back in handcuffs.
I rang my brother. I asked him for 2,000 euros. Maybe we can check and see. Did he ring or leave a message to see?
Ingrid, he hung up the phone on you, and
No.
your father wouldn't talk to you.
And maybe we just need more time. I just need more time. Maybe I can do the sex work or something like.
Ingrid,
Or we can call Rachel and she can.
Ingrid, I have
hide.
to make this call,
No,
and I have to make
No.
this call, and you have to be put on the boat at the ferry at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. There's no other way.
I can hide with my not bringing my children there. No, I won't do it. I won't do it. Don't make me do it. Don't. No.
Oh.
I can hear you.
Yeah, can you rang for Marcus?
I don't know who. I'm holding for somebody, but I don't know who.
Oh,
And it's an emergency about a missing family.
yeah, yeah.
Who-
Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, it's all on record there, but I'll repeat it again if you need it. I have, and the family has been brought up on the screen and everything. Do I need to repeat everything again?
Well, yes, because
That's all right.
you've spoken to our reception.
No, I don't know that's no problem. You're speaking to Brian, Brian Rothery, Rothery.
Right, hi, Brian.
Hi there, and who's that?
My Monica, and I'm the team manager for Marcus.
Oh, good. That sounds right like the right person.
Yeah, so
They're Bristol, so I'm on the right place, haven't I?
yeah, you are.
Good.
Brian.
That's great. Go ahead. And my number is. Do you want my number? Oh, it's 353 for Ireland.
Yeah,
51.
563-462.
I'm quite close to Rostar Harbour, and we're hoping to send family back over to Fishguard. The name of the family is, and you have her on your screen there.
Yeah,
While they're German, they're residents of England, and her ex is English, half English, half German. Her eldest 12. And yeah, okay,
I know the case.
great, excellent.
She's
No,
coming back.
now she's run out of steam here. She's got nowhere to go. She has sensibly decided to go back, and I'm helping her to go back, and I'm negotiating now where you'll meet them and so on. You know,
Right.
is that or do you want to come over? What do you want to do?
Well, no, because the thing is, this is private proceedings.
Right.
And I think what's going to happen
Yeah.
is that, oh God, he started a set of legal.
He did, yes. I understand the Hague Convention. I'm very familiar with this whole area and Brussels too. But what's happened is she's almost got a job here. In fact, she was being offered the job, and they did a police check, and the police told the company that she was on the run, and she lost the job. So effectively, she's been ruined. She can't get benefits, and she can't work, and her money has been cut off, and the children now are truly at risk because she has nowhere to go.
Right.
So this now is it may be a family affair, but it's also now a child protection issue.
Well, yeah, because she's also lost her tenancy here.
Yes, I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. But I think the first thing we need to do is we need to decide how we are going to get the children and her back.
Well,
I can send them back, but I need to know they're going to be met on the other side.
well, the problem we have, Brian, is that we haven't got access to housing for the family.
Yeah.
We're not a housing establishment. We're children's services.
Yep.
Gosh.
So, are you going to contact her ex then and say your children are coming back?
Well, the plan is that from the court order is
Yeah.
that he has for a short time.
Yes.
Well, returned to his father's care because he's been made a ward of the court, saying that's what needs to happen.
Sure. Yes.
And Gabriel, I think, the plans are that he goes into health care
Yes.
until we are able to assess
Sure.
that's on the situation.
I understand. But in the meantime, we have a situation here where they are homeless in Ireland and penniless, and I'm happy to.
The only thing I can suggest, because is she planning on coming back today?
So, well, I can put her on the 9:30 ferry tomorrow morning, arriving at 12:30 in Fishguard.
And then she has to get from Fishguard.
And well, you tell me I can organise that. I'm not going to leave her at Fishguard.
Well, she'll have to get from Fishguard to, and then she's going to, I don't know how long before she reaches here.
Well, we can easily figure that out. It's only about an hour, I think, from
Right.
Fishguard. But that's a detail. Either of us can look that up on the train schedule.
She would need to make her way here
Yeah.
to the office.
Yeah. Can you spell me where the office is?
It's
Yeah.
St. Paul's.
She probably knows where this is, does she?
Yeah, yeah.
Ask for you.
Well, she can just come into the office and she will be seen.
Okay, let's do that then. So can I take it, because I've got to move on this now, can I take it that I can put them on the ferry tomorrow morning at 9:30?
Yes.
Good.
If in doubt, Brian, just in case she returns here after hours.
No, she won't. I can assure you, we're very familiar with this.
Right, okay.
I assure you she comes in at 12:30 and she'll be an hour or so before she gets to Bristol. She'll be there well on time.
Yeah, okay.
And listen,
Sorry, can I just check your number again?
you can, yeah?
Please. So it's 353.
Yep. And can I just say one other thing? Four people here have known her for about a month now,
Yeah.
and like her very much, and think that while she's in a desperate situation, she's been a good mother,
Yeah.
If we can say that, and are prepared to be, if necessary, we're prepared to give her references later.
Yeah.
And we think, if possible, to give her a chance and to be compassionate with her.
Yeah. Oh, Brian, we will be.
Good.
We're children's services. We will be.
No, I know. It's just that
Yeah.
the police have been after her, which is not very nice for her,
Yeah, it's the court.
I understand. No, believe me, I know. This is the voluntary work I do. I know, and some of these custody cases are the worst ones. Okay.
They are.
Yeah, the
know,
worst
I
ones.
mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can say more to you, Brian.
No.
But I'd rather
No,
not,
don't. No, that's okay. Don't. No, you've been quite good. And listen, thanks very much. So,
Thank you.
and do your best for her. Okay. And
We will.
I'll be staying in touch with her.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.